of time, many, if not most of you have talked about how committed you were to a transparent process, and that there would be plenty of opportunity for public engagement. It's one thing to talk the talk and use those buzzwords. It's another thing to walk the walk. And I fully understand the amount of time and effort you folks and the borough staff have put in to trying to move this project along, whatever the results might be. But nevertheless, I think you need to stop hiding behind your attorney's advice or what you claim to be your attorney's advice. And I'll be the first to admit, I have not been privy to the discussions that you have. So I may be talking off the cuff and without a lot of information that you have. But it seems highly suspect to me, and I'm an attorney. I was an attorney for 26 years. But I find it highly suspect that you cannot talk about a project that you are going to have a public hearing on next week, 1 week from today, because discussions are still ongoing. At some point, those negotiations have to stop. You have to have your 5 ideas, and those ideas need to be presented to the public prior to the town hall. You can't expect to have a room full of people show up at 7 or 7:30 at night in a room that could be packed with 100 people for all we know, present the details of 5 different projects, and then expect people on the cuff to come up with legitimate questions. My suggestion is this, for what it's worth. You need to give people more than 1 week's notice. I know, personally speaking, my calendar is fixed at least 2 weeks in advance, right? So you're announcing tonight that there's going to be this public town hall that you've been talking about for a year, at least, if not more, and we get 1 week's notice. Well, what if that doesn't fit the calendars of your residents, right? They might have other things they need to do that night, so now things have to be moved. Maybe they need to get babysitters. You're not leaving people enough time to get their calendar in order to be there, right? If you really want people to come and talk, and I'm sure you do, right? But your actions don't necessarily support that position, right? If we want people to come and give their opinion, whatever that opinion might be, for or against, you gotta give them a sufficient opportunity to be prepared. And part of that is also releasing the details prior to the town hall meeting, even if it's only a couple of days. Expecting people to digest the details of not 1, not 2 projects, but 5. And the spur of the moment and formulate thoughtful questions on such short notice is unfair, it's unreasonable, and it's unconscionable. Releasing the 5 options prior to the town hall would allow residents to sift through the details in advance and formulate questions that are thoughtful, that are meaningful, that aren't a waste of everybody's time, which in turn would lead to a more thoughtful and productive meeting, right? We don't want 100 people to get up and ask the same question, or questions that aren't really relevant because they haven't had time to formulate good questions. I would think it would be more productive and more helpful to you folks and the borough staff to have people come and make thoughtful questions, questions that they had time to think about, questions that they really want to know the answers to, and not questions just designed to trap people or make people look bad, right? That's not what we want. We want a full and fair discussion of the merits of whatever these 5 projects are going to be. Nothing more and nothing less. Thank you very much.